Hey guys, I know I've promised a garden walkthrough forever, and here it is. It's probably going to be shaky. I apologize. You can hear the parakeets behind me. They're going to be chittering because it's morning and they're insisting they need to be fed, but they've got plenty of food. Guys, shh. Anyway, we're going to get on with this because they are going to get louder apparently. This is just by my back porch. These are my kind of rough looking gladiolas. They need to be what's the word I'm looking for, stabilized, but I do have some stalks coming in, so I'm going to get out here this weekend and get these propped up good. I planted some ranunculus. They never came up, so I don't know what's going on with that. And then some of these herbs I'm leaving up, they're wild, but they're good for certain things, and I really wanted to use them. Kind of a sad looking dahlia there, some sunflowers, wild violets, and then back here, and I just watered, so things are kind of tipped over, that's why. Potatoes, I just threw some down here and some straw on top of them. We'll see what happens. They were potatoes that were starting to go to seed in my pantry, so my potatoes that I really worked on, and oh, my poor little pepper plants, they needed more sun. Something is eating on them, so I'm going to pick them up off the ground so that they're not getting eaten. But these are my German butterball potatoes. They look really good. I don't know what's going on underneath. We will see. They need to start dying off first. So, yeah, I'm hoping maybe in the next few weeks. Some potatoes go to flower, some don't. It just depends. So I'm not concerned about that. We come around here. We have my squash, I guess, planter or whatever you want to call it. There's carrots in there too. We had a bunch of radishes in here as well. Those are done. I actually have a second crop going. It's not radishes in here. There's beets. They're really little yet. Those carrots are going to get pulled pretty soon, so they don't, shade out the beets too much. But right now they're kind of protecting them, so I'm leaving it. Mari's sniffing everything. We have a planter here with some tomatoes. These are random ones I picked up. I don't even remember what kind they are. They had a rough start. Something was eating on a couple of my tomato plants that were in these smaller planters, and I'm not sure why. Let's come around this way. We have some pepper plants. The plants don't look that impressive, but I have a lot of peppers on them, so I'm happy with that. I've been hearing people saying that they're getting like huge, beautiful plants, but no peppers. And I'm like, well, I got the opposite, so I'll take that. And here's another tomato, kind of random. Again, it's finally starting to come back. I had to really, I did some extra fertilizer on it and stuff, and they're starting to pop back. But I wasn't that concerned because my other ones look amazing. I'm hoping I'm lining this up because I can't see anything. It is like bright and glary here. Some more peppers, and again, I'm going to be harvesting some peppers today, and Amari. So, yeah, we've got, I think that one's a gypsy. This one, I believe, is some lunchbox variety. She's thinking she sees something. There was a snake out here before, so she's been on the hunt. These are the super paste. Again, really had a rough start. I did get a couple tomatoes off of these already. You see these ones are starting to ripen. They've got some flowers, so I'm hopeful maybe get a few more. But yeah, I might grow these again next year. These are a burpee tomato, but the size of them is just amazing. But if you're not going to get many, I'm not sure if it's worth it. But again, they had a rough start. My brassicas, so mostly cabbage and a few broccoli. I pulled a few out for the chickens that we'd already harvested on. These are heading up really nice. They are very crowded. Some of them may end up coming out just to help the other ones grow, because like this one's got a nice head on it. This one's okay. Some of these aren't that great, so we might pull some of the smaller ones just to give these bigger ones a chance to really grow. My tomatoes. I don't think I couldn't grow a tomato if I tried. And basil. I've cut that basil back. I have so many times I've dried basil. We've made pesto. We've done so much. And that thing just keeps coming back. I'm going to make pesto again today. So, yeah, this looks really nice. The only one I'm not really thrilled with is the Brad's Atomic Grape. That's a really dark one. It just hasn't done much. I don't know if it's because where I got it from, the plant was it almost died. It was almost dead when I got it. I mean, well, I didn't say when I got it, but it was kind of small and rough looking, and I wasn't impressed, not for what I paid. And then they shorted my order because, you know, they didn't have enough. And I'm just like, well, I mean, I didn't pay for it, what I got shorted, but I just didn't get all I ordered. And if I'd known that, I could have looked other places. But yeah, I got to pick tomatoes today. They're doing really good. Happy with those. I have a love-hate relationship with my cucumbers. They're vining beautifully. The plants aren't as green as I think they should be, and I needed to do some extra fertilizing. The problem is I don't have the bees here to fertilize, to pollinate these things. We brought over from the other house this heather plant. Yeah, it dried up immediately almost, because over there they are just like flocking on those, and Brian's cucumbers are doing amazing. His plants don't even look nowhere near as nice as mine, and he's got way more cucumbers because he's got so many more bees. Some of them that I've had, you could tell they aren't fully pollinated. It's just been ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculous, oh, and let me finish up. So obviously there is dill in here. I've been cutting a lot of dill and using it. I'll pull this seed so that I don't end up having more grass in here. It's been doing great. I've been cutting it. It's coming back. We had a ton of carrots in here. I posted a picture the other day. I pulled a lot out because of these little bitty radishes in here, second crop of radishes, and they were really getting leggy, as you can see, because they were trying to find the sunlight because of the carrots. So we pulled a bunch of carrots, so they should be doing better now. Ridiculous. Right here. This was 8 plants to start with. These are an everbearing variety. I don't remember exactly which one. I'll look it up and I can post. We're going to move these out of here. I'm not sure if we're going to do it this fall yet, or if we're going to wait and do it in the spring. I cut and cut runners. They just keep running. It's insane. So yeah, we're going to put them out onto the ground, just the regular ground. I'm going to get a sod stripper again. We're going to, put down a bunch of mulch and stuff, and they're just insane. 8 plants this was. I got maybe a handful of strawberries, which I didn't really think I'd get many this year anyway, so I wasn't disappointed. But holy cow. This is just getting to the ridiculous point. Alright, so let's come back around here. Lots of dragonflies, which was good for killing, some of these pests off. So yeah, my zucchini, again, I don't have the pollinators, even though there's a little bee right there. I just don't have the pollinators. The zucchini has to be pollinated several times before it will actually give you a zucchini. And for some reason, I haven't had much. I'm hoping late in the year here, because things are starting to get a little, they're getting desperate. They're trying to get the rest of their pollen and, food source for their hives. That maybe, oh wow, these bees are like fighting over that one bloom there. This is a loofah, and I don't have, Mari, stop it. I don't have any loofahs yet that have really started, but you can see, like up here, there's an ant on that one. That's what the females look like. And then there's a bee pollen, getting pollen out of here, but there's no female loofahs opened yet. So I'm hoping soonish. Yeah, there's a little. I've been having some squash bugs too. I've been killing. So, I mean, I'm not a big zucchini fan, so I use it for a few things. So it's not killing me that I'm not getting, but it's also like bothering me I'm not getting anything because it's wasting space in my garden. But I really like how the loofah really just grew up nicely. My tomatoes too. I have on the front side are all the cherry tomatoes, so those are indeterminate. They will grow until, they grow and stop and die. I was hoping they'd get a little taller this year, but, whatever happens. They're doing great. The cucumbers, again, like if you look at these, you got cucumbers just hanging. Looks awesome. But there's not a lot of cucumbers. And then there's some of them that are like these guys down here that just didn't get fully pollinated well. That's why you get that little weird thing on the end, or sometimes a curl on the end, because that's lack of pollination. I looked all this up. Because I was like, what is going on with these cucumbers? And there's Mari again. On this side was peas. They didn't do much. We had one plant that kind of did something. I've been just kind of leaving it to its own devices. Sorry for all the traffic. Urban homestead traffic. But we got some tomatoes that were just random ones that were sprouting up in pots from last year. So what I did is once I got to a decent size, I repotted them or pulled them out and put them here because most of the peas had died anyway. These are this yellow, like graped variety. They look almost like a little pear. They get tons and tons. Look at all the flowers on these things. They get major clusters. And this is actually because you figure these are ones that they call, I can't remember what they call them, but they're bonus ones. Look at the amount of tomatoes on these. It's insane. And I love that variety. So for me, I'm okay with this. We have sage that is doing great. I've dried a bunch of sage too. I'm going to be drying more. And more carrots. So the carrots again are doing great. I'm excited about those. I'm not pulling these yet. Those will be the last ones I pulled just because I have some over still by the radishes that I just planted. And these guys over here are going to be the next to go. If we go way over, that's my pool, which I haven't gotten to use enough lately because I've been so busy. But sorry for the walking here. I know it's crazy. Over here is where we have our compost set up. Some big logs from when we had that big tree cut down that was rotting out. Over here are our watermelons. Mari, get out of there. There's usually a snake or frog in there. So we've got little watermelons in here. These do not get that big. Now, I'm thinking these should be bigger than this. I mean, here's one over there hanging. But they are only maybe, large softball size or, yeah, that one probably there is just about done. Got a nice one hanging here. We've had one and it was amazing. They say, though, you shouldn't water them right before you harvest for a few days because then otherwise they suck up a lot of water and then they won't be as sweet. So I'm like, okay, we're going to wait on watering these. I'm just trying to see if this one's, nope, not quite. Ooh, I'm going to bring him down a little. He's pretty heavy. Hang on. Ooh, I don't want to wreck anything. There we go. He's resting a little more. But you look for the tendril right there, that tendril, that where my finger is. I hope you can see this. Once that dries out, then it should be ready. So, and we went by that rule with the other ones, and it worked. So I'm hoping woodpile compost. We'll just take a quick run over by the chickens. You can see where they were last. We're going to turn it around, face the other way, move this piece of wood here, and bring them back up the hill. Our lot ends right where that stick with the tag is on. Basically goes straight across. Where that hump is, that's basically where the neighbor's yard starts. And right on this side of the apple trees is mine back. So yeah, you can see kind of where it all goes. I've got quite a bit of room here. Thinking we're going to put the strawberries right here just on this side of our property line, on that right below that hump, because we don't want them getting washed out. When it gets wet in the summer, or in the spring especially, this floods back here. So the chickens, hey ladies, Mari, get out of there. So hey, we'll come around here, we can see them better. Hello ladies. Mari, go. They don't like Mari at all, understandably so. So it's my girls coming towards you. That's Nugget. Right next to her is Hawk. Over here, this dark one is Roadrunner. And then the lighter one over there is Ophelia. Roadrunner was named because that was the one that kept taking off on us. My son named Nugget because chicken nugget. I know. Hawk because the coloring on, especially when she was younger, she really had this like hawk looking coloring. And then Brooke named Ophelia. All beautiful girls. We've gotten 4 eggs so far, which is really early for these guys. I wasn't really expecting to see anything even remotely starting until September. So and then they got their little chicken treat block there. They really like that. Oh, she found a mealworm in there. That's some good stuff. We'll peek in the coop here quick. We just put in nesting boxes. Mari, get. And excuse it, it needs to be cleaned. And it's not terrible, but so these are our cute little nesting boxes. Brian built those. No eggs yet. We need to get one of those fake eggs. This is our waterer. It's a 5-gallon bucket. It's got the Gamma lid on it, and it's got the little drip things, little cups there. We had other waterers. Feeder. They sucked, the other waterers. They were just terrible. That's their nesting bar for at night. That's their light. My chickens, oh, I can't see it. There it is. My chickens are weird. They really don't like coming into here when it's nighttime without a light. Like, fine. So we got a solar one. That's why there's that panel up on top there from Amazon. And it works great. Mari, leave them alone. It was funny because when we had the roosters in here yet, we had to call the roosters because we cannot have a rooster here. They would stand up. They would make like and the one I thought was wasn't a rooster, was a hen. Yeah, well, that's why she would really like just totally go after Mari to protect the other ones. These waterers suck. Don't get them. They're expensive, and all they do is run out everywhere. I'm probably just going to bring it up and sell it at the rummage sale because, you know, somebody else wants to tinker with it, fine. I really like the system I have. Works better. We have just some old wood up here so they have some shade, especially in the areas like we're over in here. There's not a lot of shade during the day if it gets really hot. And then we keep all their feed and stuff in here. I don't know if you can see how well you can see this, but this is just a deck box. And it is actually weatherproof, so works great. So that is my little homestead. I'm not going to go and show you the flowers in the front. They're kind of getting sad at this point, and I've done that already. But I don't know. I think I showed you the compost. I will pop over here quick and show you that. We just got some panel, made it round, and wire tied it together. Mari, leave them alone. She is not listening. And yeah, we throw our stuff in there. It's going to take us a while to fill that up though because it's really tall. I told him, I said we should almost cut it in half and made 2, but it keeps the dog out of it. Mari, get out of there, because she was trying to dig stuff out of it. So anyway, that is all I have for you. Hopefully I can figure out how to shut this thing off. Okay, I can see the button. But thank you guys for following me along, and you know, sorry it's taken so long to get a video out here. It's been crazy though. Alright, have an awesome day, and we will see you soon. Bye.